Hey, today we're going to talk about the Tribex carbon fiber tripod by SmallRig. This is a hydraulic tripod and it is quite something. For this specific video, I thought to just do it standing in the office rather than sitting down so that I can really show you in real life how it works and give you a little bit of a demonstration, okay? Now, if you came on this video, it's probably because you already know a lot about this tripod and I will give you my thoughts on it. I got the Potato Jet tripod right here, and on the other side here, I have a normal tripod. This is not about the actual brand of the tripod, it's just to give a comparison between this tripod and a regular video tripod, okay? The first thing that we're gonna look at here is, so I'm gonna close it, so I'll do this, close it down, and that's it. So your tripod is closed. Now, if I was to take a regular tripod, which I'm gonna do now for this live demonstration, I'm gonna have to do this, same here. I'm not doing it slow on purpose. This is how much time it takes me. I'm actually trying to be quick here. And the third one. There you go. So now they're both closed down. If now I want to open this guy here, all I have to do is place it at the height that I want. If I want it to the maximum height, I just do this, let go of the legs with this clutch, and you're good to go. In fact, we are leveled. So nothing else to do. All I have to do now is take my mirrorless camera, for example, the ZV-E1 that I have right here, and you just put it on like so. I have a quick release from Manfrotto, which makes it a breeze to use. There you go, I'm ready to shoot. Now, if I was to take this guy here and I want to do the same, well, I would have to open these guys like so, and I would only open it halfway. There you go. And now I would have to do the same with the other legs right here. And as you can notice, this one doesn't have a central column. So if you want to go higher up, you would have to put something underneath, boxes or some sort of something that will make it go higher up. There you go. So now we're fully extended. You can see that it is actually pretty tall. In fact, they're about the same height as of right now. But this one, as I said, has a central column. So you can just open it up, go all the way up here. You can go from 27 to 168. That's the working height. Now, in addition to that, when you have an actual central column, you can go all the way up there, which is about 1.80 meters high. Once your tripod is opened, you will want to level it. So this one has a level, little bubble here, so I would have to unscrew it from underneath, move it around until it is leveled, and then screw it back in position. This guy here does not have that. So let me just put this down again. So if I want to level it up, I just have to check the level, right here, let go of the clutch, and we're good to go. So everything gets done with the clutch. There are two levels. There's one right above the clutch and one underneath the fluid head. The reason for that is because of the accuracy and because when you put it up high, you can't see the other bubble anymore, so you will not know if you're leveled, wherein the clutch will always be visible. The cool thing about the clutch is that it allows you to do a one-hand operation. In fact, you can use it like so to transport or help you move the tripod around, which is pretty great. And when you open it like so, you can use one hand and you're good to go. One thing I noticed, and I'm gonna show it live right now in this demonstration, is that one of the legs tends to get stuck and not come off easily. In fact, now it got stuck. So I will have to somehow push it down, let go. So I don't know if this is just an issue I have with this one Tribex tripod or if it's like this in general, but time will tell us how good it is in terms of hydraulic system and if it's going to last for a long time. Now, they did over 20,000 openings and closings on the SmallRig website. That's what they promote. So it should be fine. The clutch itself is great. You can press this little lever here and close it down. And when you're ready to use, you just lift it and use it. So that's going to save you some space. And it's also going to avoid it from breaking. Then you can press this little button here that says PJ, Potato Jet. You press on it and you have this other position that allows you to hold it from this 45-degree angle, or you can just close it down. And that way it is locked and you can take it with you. They give you this extendable arm here for video purposes. In fact, you can retract it, close it down, put it flush against the tripod when you want to pack it, and you can extend it like so, which is actually very convenient. Let's talk about the counterbalance system. On a regular, good old video tripod, such as this Sachtler that I have here, you have at the back a wheel or somewhere around that gives you several steps to counterbalance based on how much weight you have on your tripod, okay? In this case here, you have this counterbalance system wheel where you have 1, 2, 3, and those are the different types of cameras. You have one, which is the regular mirrorless compact camera, such as, for example, the Sony ZV-E1 or the A7S III that I owned. If I put it on one and I tilt, this is what will happen. You go like this, and it will pretty much stay in position, like so, okay? It is made for those smaller type of cameras. I have a very tiny lens here, but if you have something a little bit more heavy, it will stay in place. Then you have number 2 that allows you to put something a little bit more heavy, more rigged up. And number 3 is the heavy duty cameras that will require a little bit more counterbalance. Now that's all you have to do. For a run and gun type of videographer, YouTuber, or content creator, this is perfect, especially if you're alone when you're shooting. There is a Manfrotto 501 style quick release plate where you just have to do this. You lift and you take it off. Very simple to use. Now I have my own, as I said, Manfrotto quick release plate on here because I use this with my RS4, with my photography tripods, with all my cameras, so it's much easier for me. But you can just simply slide it in like so, screw it up, and you're good to go. It doesn't move, and you can unscrew and it will slide back and forth. Very simple to use. There is also the RS type of plate for the RS series from DJI. You can swap under here. What that does is that you can use the DJI RS, for example, RS3, RS4 plates and slide them in and you're good to go. So in case you're someone that uses gimbals a lot and you want to swap between a gimbal and your tripod, you can actually do that and it's very convenient. There's a stepless pan and tilt feature on this tripod. So if I take, as I said, a regular tripod such as this Sachtler, under here I have 1, 2, 3. So you have 0 that has 0 resistance, 1 that has a bit more resistance but is still going, 2 will be a little harder, and 3 will be very hard to move. You see, I have to do a lot of effort to move it. So that's how it works. Where in here, it is much, much easier. All you have to do really is you have a little wheel on the side that says plus or minus. If you do plus, it's gonna be harder to move. If you do minus, it's gonna be easier to move. And then you have the lock little dial here that will just lock it in place. Same for the other axis. If you want to pan, all you have to do is there is this bigger wheel at the bottom here. You can go plus or minus and it's going to move around. And if you lock it in place, it's going to stay there. So it is very intuitive and it works great. There are a few 1/4-inch threads here that you can use. You have one right here at the tripod level and you have a couple of them on the sides here. And you can even use this one if you wanted to, where you put the handle. So that is great. If, for example, you want to use this with a, well, for example, the DJI Osmo 3 that I'm using to record this video, you could put it on the side and you can record landscape and portrait at the same time. Or if you want to have some BTS as you're shooting, or if you want to attach an external monitor, a microphone, or anything else that requires a 1/4-inch thread, you can use it right on the tripod. That's something I did not have on this other tripod. In fact, if you look at my B-roll table that I have here, I'm using a monitor on a little Manfrotto tripod because I could not attach it to the tripod, which now I can. There are rubber feet that are integrated, and when you want to remove them, it's actually very simple. All you have to do, there's a little button on the back here. You just press that button, take it off, and the spikes are now visible and usable. Why is that great? Because if you go out in a terrain where you need to have spikes so that it's stable, all you have to do is press a button, take it off. For example, this other tripod here, I had to screw and unscrew, which was also very convenient, but it was not as stable and it tends to unscrew itself and the spike would come out all the time. Okay, we're now in the area where I normally shoot my videos on YouTube. This is my B-roll table. This is an up and down table from IKEA that, as the names indicate, it goes up and down. And I had to use that a lot because my other tripod, which I'm using right now with this camera, is the Peak Design carbon fiber travel tripod. And that's much easier for me to just open, adjust the legs, close, but it's not as stable. So I had to use a tiny camera and make sure I don't move anything. And I couldn't do any pan and tilts. If I'm here and I want to do some B-roll on this table, for example, all you have to do really is go like this, choose the height that you want, make sure it is level. Here we go, you let go and you're good to go. And I can just start shooting. Okay, now let me show you what would happen if you were in a space where you need to be in a specific position. Let's say you have to be right here, okay? A traditional tripod would be a pain in the butt because you would have to unscrew every single part of the legs and put them in position, where in this one, all you have to do really is do this. You check your level, make sure you're leveled, and you let go. And I am ready to shoot. As you can see, part of it is on the table here and the other feet are not. Now, if I have to move from here, I can just do this, let the foot go down, make sure I'm leveled, let go, and that's it. So you can see how easy it is to adjust from one position to another when you compare this to a bigger tripod like this one. Now, in terms of weight, this is not the most lightweight tripod that I've known or used. I think this is lighter and this is not carbon fiber. So it is definitely not lightweight compared to other tripods, but for what it does and for the amazing system that it comes with, I think the extra weight is not going to be a deal breaker, at least not for me. Last but not least, comes with this little transportation pouch that says SmallRig here. It is a regular a pouch that you can use to bring your tripod around. I mean, I think SmallRig and Potato Jet really thought of everything with this tripod. It is well built, it is well designed, it is made in a way that it makes you want to take it out and use it, compared to other tripods that really are a pain to use. So if you're wondering, is it worth the price? I think the price is definitely, I mean, it is correctly priced. If you compare this to my Sachtler, once again, I paid, I think, a little more for that tripod. Sure, Sachtler is a known, renowned brand in the cinema industry. In fact, they also created a Flowtech tripod that you can lift up from the side here, let go, the legs come down. But the thing is, you're spending close to $1,600 for that type of tripod last time I checked. And yes, it's made of carbon fiber, it's lightweight and so forth. Where in this one, you are at $800 with the fluid head. Everything is included. I will be getting very soon the Tribex SE, which is a smaller version of this tripod with less features, but it is also cheaper. And I'll let you know how it is comparing it to this tripod to see which one is best for you and for the type of content that you shoot. I see you in my next video. Until then, take care. Don't forget to subscribe. If you have any question, I will answer them gladly, and I see you very soon. Cheers.